let's dive right into this explainer. We hear it constantly. AI is here to upgrade us, to make us faster and way smarter at our jobs. But today, we're digging into some emerging data that asks a pretty unsettling question. Could the exact tools designed to supercharge our abilities actually be, well, eroding them?
Think about it for a second. All those thousands of hours you've put into mastering your craft. Is it actually possible that handing over just a fraction of your cognitive workload to an algorithm could cause those hard-earned skills to literally atrophy? The clinical evidence we're unpacking today suggests this isn't sci-fi. It's happening right now. And look, this isn't just some fringe theory or a baseless panic. A recent Walters Kluwer survey found a massive 77% of physicians and 70% of nurses are already seriously anxious about relying too much on AI. Just think about that. The people on the absolute front lines of healthcare are actively worried that leaning on these sophisticated systems might compromise their foundational medical skills. So, to figure out if all this anxiety is justified, we've got to look at the hard data. We're going to examine a truly groundbreaking study that recently dropped in the Lancet Gastroenterology and Hepatology. It focused on colonoscopy specialists in Poland, and it gives us some of the very first concrete clinical evidence of how working alongside AI directly impacts human performance in a real medical setting. Now, to really grasp the gravity of this, you have to understand who participated. These were not rookies. They weren't med students still trying to learn the ropes. Every single physician in this study had performed a bare minimum of 2,000 procedures in their career. That's a huge number. We're literally looking at the potential de-skilling of the absolute best in their field. Here's the setup. These veteran doctors were given an AI assistant built to analyze colonoscopy images in real time. Its specific job was to flag adenomas, which are these dangerous precancerous intestinal growths. And the study had a super clever design. The doctors got to use this powerful AI tool on some days, but then it was completely taken away on others. The results? Honestly, a total shock to the system. Before the AI was introduced, these specialists were catching adenomas in 28.4% of their procedures. But get this, after just 3 months of AI exposure, when those same doctors had to work unassisted on their off days, their detection rate plummeted all the way down to 22.4%. Just a few months of leaning on an algorithm significantly degraded their own ability to spot these growths. The implications here are just staggering. Dr. Robert Wachter over at UCSF pointed out that this proves a really startling reality. Even the most highly skilled professionals can actually get worse at their required job tasks as they become dependent on AI. The mastery they spent years building just started to slip away, simply because a machine was sharing the load. So why exactly does this happen? Well, the study authors pinpointed a pretty heavy cognitive cost. It turns out our brains are incredibly happy to just take a vacation if a machine offers to do the heavy lifting. They found the clinicians simply became less motivated, less focused, and less responsible when that AI safety net was yanked away. They had subconsciously outsourced the work and just couldn't instantly regain their sharpness without it. What makes this whole phenomenon even more pressing is a stark warning from study co-author Dr. Yuichi Mori. We are adopting these tools at absolute breakneck speed, yet science currently has absolutely zero established solutions against this rapid de-skilling. Finding a fix for this cognitive erosion literally has to be a top priority for the next decade, because right now, we are completely flying blind. And you might be thinking, this is just a medical issue, but no way. Let's look at the very people building these tools. Researchers at the AI firm Anthropic recently set up a randomized controlled trial to investigate if skills are being lost among software engineers too. They brought in 52 coders just to put this exact theory to the test. They split the developers up to tackle a basic coding task. Group A only got regular web search, while Group B got Web Search Plus and AI Assistant. And because this research is still unfolding as we speak, it leaves us with this massive cliffhanger for the tech industry. Will software engineers suffer the exact same drops in baseline performance as those physicians in Poland? This ongoing research is absolutely critical to watch. As information scientist Kevin Crouston argues, just being aware that this de-skilling phenomenon exists should force every single one of us into some serious self-reflection. We really need to look closely at our daily workflows. Every time we let an AI draft an email, analyze data, or check our code, we are making a distinct trade-off between immediate efficiency and our own long-term capability. So I'm going to leave you with this profound thought to take away from this explainer. As AI becomes totally ubiquitous across every single industry, we all have a choice to make. Take a hard look at your own profession. Which of your hard-earned skills are you going to consciously, actively protect, and which ones are you truly willing to surrender to the machine? It's a question we all need to answer before the algorithm just goes ahead and answers it for us.